Nelly.
Welcome to the Chill Spot Podcast, where we have no fucking idea what to talk about yet. Right now.
Right now.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just gonna
What
say.
have you got for me today, Cam?
I'm gonna say this off the bat. I apologize if I'm a little low energy today. I'm just very hungry.
Yeah, we kind of like pushed through our recording day with like no breaks. Like we actually last week, I think we nailed it with the breaks.
The perfect balance.
We started at a good time,
Yeah.
paused at a good time, went out, got snacks, came back. We didn't eat a whole meal. It was genuinely a snack.
Yeah.
And that gave us enough to power through until dinner time.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man,
something
we
we
made that
genuinely.
fettuccine Alfredo that night too. God damn.
Yeah, I fucking slayed that fettuccine. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
it was so good.
It was like prepaid sauce, but like I did like a bunch of shit to it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
really
and
tasty.
added,
Tonight's gonna be
some-
dope too.
Some like mushrooms and some fucking chicken. And
We're making
like,
fucking chicken tacos tonight.
seasoned it really good.
Oh, I should have bought lime. Forgot to buy some lime. Fuck.
Well, now we gotta
fucking
have something
ruined.
else. Now we gotta have something else.
Order a fucking pizza.
I wouldn't hate that, honestly.
Well,
Like,
no, I mean we have
I
the
know,
food.
I know,
We're gonna.
I know.
If you want to pay for the pizza,
I've just been thinking like it's been a minute since I had pizza. Actually, actually.
Listen, I can put like that chick. It can wait if you want to wait, but I don't really have a lot of money right now.
Yeah, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I
if-
just bought some stuff at a Forever 21 sale. I shouldn't spend money.
There you go. You just
buy
bought
the food,
sick
eat
panties.
the food that we have in here.
Hey, listen, I did the responsible thing and went grocery shopping today.
Exactly.
So
This I just kind of want to eat our own ass about something for a second. Our parents have been gone. Your parents are gone for the entire month of September.
Yep.
And my mom has been gone. My mom is coming back on Saturday from like a 2-week or like a week and a bit long
And it's
trip
my
to
birthday
Nova
month. My
Scotia.
parents aren't here. It's fine. Go on.
Yeah. So I mean, I
just
made
kidding.
it special.
Of course you did.
So
I'm just kidding. By
both
the
of
way,
our parents have been
Mom
gone
and
and
Dad.
we've been left to our own devices separately for a really long time, and we both individually on our own and together have fended for ourselves very, very well.
Not dead yet.
You know, like I mean like I've done this before, but I don't think for this long ever. Like my mom usually like does a big grocery shop before she leaves. And she didn't really do that this time, and I didn't really bring it up because I was like, I'm 25 years old. I'm not gonna ask my mommy to buy some groceries so that her,
Can you buy me some groceries?
you know, like I live there rent free. I can buy groceries for a week.
I know how to talk to the fucking butcher at the deli. I can get
Yeah.
my fucking meat. Like I'm
Yeah.
not an idiot.
Yeah. So, I've been really, really proud of like what I've been cooking for myself
Yeah.
lately. Like I've been making like meals with like vegetables in them and a significant amount of vegetables.
So many veggies, dude.
Yeah.
So many fucking veggies.
So like I wanted ramen one night, but I didn't want to just heat it up and like add the sauce packet and just
No.
like put it in a bowl and eat
You gotta
it.
zhuzh it a little bit.
I wanted to zhuzh it up a little bit, so I was looking up like ways that like broke college students have like zhuzhed up their ramen, and
Totally.
I found this really good recipe where you like what do? You like add the sauce packet, like the powdered like seasoning packet, some garlic powder, in with some like peppers and onions and
Nice.
like other stuff that you can find, and then you boil the pasta and then you throw it into the skillet with the peppers and the seasoning and all that stuff and just like throw it all together, and it was really fucking good. And then I made what did I make? I made butter chicken.
Dope.
Slow cooker butter chicken with chickpea salad, like homemade chickpea salad.
I'm so fucking hungry, Sam. What are you doing to me right now?
And this is another like don't record hungry episode.
Yeah, for real.
And then I made like a really good this was like a jarred sauce, but I made squid ink pasta.
Oh, how'd that turn out? I'm
Really
gonna ask
good.
ya.
Really, really tasty.
Mhm.
I didn't add anything to the sauce really. Could have used garlic, but I didn't do that. But yeah, I think I added like a little bit more vegetables to it or something like that. And then like I bought cold meats, like deli meats, and I made myself like a above Subway brand ham sandwich the other
Nice.
day with
Yeah.
like crisp lettuce, fresh meat, mayonnaise, like good bread.
That reminds me. I did a.
That's good.
Well, we're on the topic of food. We're gonna make you real hungry this episode.
Yeah. Get hungry again.
I made a rye bread sandwich with some salami and prosciutto.
I just want to add before you get into it. These are the highlights of like what I've been cooking. I've been cooking for myself pretty much all week long.
Well,
I
yeah,
only
same
ordered
here.
skip the dishes once.
Good for you.
But those are like the highlights. Like those are the things that I'm like the most proud of.
Yeah, no, I've been mostly cooking for myself.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's just the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just need to eat. You don't
Yeah.
need to eat good all the time.
Yeah. But
I-
continue with what you were making.
I had it was prosciutto, salami, a little bit of butter on the bottom bread with a big fat slice of tomato.
Yeah.
And like 2 basil leaves.
Mm.
And because I felt like being extra tasty, I just took a little bit of olive oil and just did a quick
Yeah.
little
Little
drizz.
Yeah.
And fuck, that was a tasty sandwich.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. That was
sounds
like,
really
it's like
good.
not something you can eat every day.
That sounds really good.
But if you took the olive oil out, it's significantly healthier.
Yeah.
If you just like, even if you took the butter, you don't even really need the butter, but like the tomato and the basil and
Yeah.
the meat,
Yeah.
good shit.
Lean meat.
What I'm excited for. Oh no, I shouldn't say I am excited. I was excited 'cause for my birthday this year. We had a bunch of friends over
Right.
and cooked a big dinner,
Yes.
which was nice.
Yes.
And
I made cheesecake.
that's right. You made cheesecake.
I made cheesecake from scratch. Not the crust, the filling, which
You
is the
should-
most important part.
You should try making the crust next time. It's actually not that hard to make.
I know. I'm just worried that it'll be too crumbly and
Oh,
it'll
you'll be
fall
fine.
apart.
I have a fucking tart pan upstairs. You could use that.
Yeah.
All it is like
It's like crumbled up graham crackers and like butter.
And butter, yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
You need to get the butter
The
ratio,
ratio, right? Yeah.
But if you par bake it, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Like if you like let it bake like just the crust,
Yeah.
it'll harden,
Yeah.
and then when you put the filling in and bake it for like a bit,
Yeah.
it'll balance out.
Yeah.
But no, I made a 4-hour tomato sauce recipe that ended up
Yes.
being a bolognese.
It turned into a bolognese eventually. Yes.
Which
you
is
made
'cause-
you made the prison gravy from Goodfellas.
Yeah.
If anybody knows that, which you should.
Because it's tasty.
I'm sure everybody who's listening to this is of the age now where they have been told to watch Goodfellas at least twice in their life.
Or at least binging with Babish.
But Goodfellas is so fucking good.
You know,
So
I've
good.
never seen it all the way through. I actually think it's right over there. Or you know what? I bet I took it off that shelf and put it in my movie pile.
Yeah.
Because I have a
for you to
movie
watch,
pile going
yeah.
right now where I've kind of fallen off. I had a really when it was like
Well, you've been playing games on your TV, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't put like your Blu-rays in to watch because you're playing games on the TV already.
well, especially because like so in the summer when the releases for games were a little lighter, I would literally find myself like with hours to spare and be
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a movie on and watch a
Yeah.
movie. And I watched a couple of movies and it's been fun. I have a hard time watching movies at home.
I know you do.
I have a hard time
Breaks my
focusing.
heart.
It's also like
Wearing on our relationship with every passing day.
it's like every day Sam's just kind of like if this motherfucker doesn't start watching movies at home, I am out.
I'm just so tired of like you not knowing any of the movies or TV shows that I'm talking about because you don't watch movies or TV at home.
I watch movies. Like I go to the movie theater. I don't go as nearly as often as I used to go. But I know a lot more. Like I know a lot about movies from like 2010 to like right now. It's like that the 2010s decade.
Yeah.
That's probably like my most knowledgeable.
Not even then, like the movies that I bring up, like sometimes you don't know them.
I mean, I'm also
enough.
I don't retain information like that. You also watch way more movies than I do.
Yeah.
And you watch a lot of like you also like movies that I don't like. Like you watch a lot of like rom-coms and like
Yeah.
other like other stuff that it's obviously not my demographic.
Yeah.
If I started randomly bringing up names of famous people involved in video games, I don't think you would know who they are.
No, you know actors, but like you don't know like movies. Like I'll be like, have you seen? I don't know. I mean, like it's not even. Yeah, I watch a lot of rom-coms, but like the fact that you haven't seen Goodfellas and I have says something.
Well, because I'm also just like I don't know, man. Movies or anywhere can be 2.5 to 3 hours long, and sometimes I don't have all that time in a day. If I'm taking a break between something, if I've come home from work and there's a social event later, like if I come home from work at like 4,
Yeah.
and I'm doing something at like 8, I don't want to sit down and do one thing for 3.5 hours. Like it's just I don't know. I'd rather do a bunch of other things. Play a game for
like,
an hour, do writing
right.
for another hour, like edit for another hour.
But like playing video games, I understand that within video games you're doing multiple things, but like playing a video game is essentially like doing one thing.
I guess so, but it's also like
you're playing out a movie.
but I don't play video
like
games
3.5 hours.
for 3 or 4 hours at a time anymore. Like the most time I play a video game in succession is maybe like 2.5, 3 hours. Max.
I don't even watch that many movies anymore either, though.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, I don't know. I
don't
still
know,
make
Sam.
references that you don't understand.
We talk about movies all the time. I think we're pretty.
Because I talk about the movies that you have seen.
Okay.
I'm scraping the surface of my movie knowledge.
Well, great. Then I'll watch Goodfellas.
Okay.
Goodbye, everyone. The podcast is over.
Yeah, welcome to Chill Spot Podcast, where I gave my boyfriend a hard time for 45 minutes
where
straight.
where I get raked over the coals for not partaking in hobbies that I'm not particularly fond of. Ugh. What are you on about?
It's just like, why you gotta ride my pussy so hard and dick's too dry?
I'm the one getting rode over here.
Dick's too dry to be rubbing my pussy like this.
Wow. I'm sure to beep all this out. That's
not how that Rihanna tweet went, but
yeah, when she was like, who is she tweeting at?
Some news outlet was like, it tweeted out, is Rihanna's outfit at this red carpet too risque for the thing? Should she tone it down a little bit? And she responded with, your pussy is way too dry to be riding my dick like this.
Oh, okay.
And everybody like freaked the fuck out, and rightfully so, because it was a really good clapback. It's like a legendary clapback. But yeah, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Good for Rihanna, doing Fenty shit.
Or I think it's actually pronounced Rihanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I read. I mean, that's how she says her name. So if that's how she says her name, then I'm just gonna say it that way.
Sure.
Rihanna kind of. The fact that it's pronounced Rihanna makes me sad though, because like Rihanna coming out of my mouth just sounds like a Midwestern mom saying tacos.
Yeah, I was about to say, like Rihanna.
Yeah.
I got that new Rihanna.
Oh, that
symbol.
Rihanna with her song.
And the umbrella.
Yeah, you know that girl Rihanna? She did the umbrella song.
Umbrella.
She did Ella.
A. Everyone has left the room. Like if there was like a live video count for like viewerships who like watched all these videos, I bet around the 12-minute mark we've lost all of our viewers. Yeah.
This is why
not even my mom is listening to this episode.
This is I think our moms have given up on.
No, my mom still listens.
Like they haven't like given up. They like the posts. But they don't watch it. They don't watch anything. They don't listen to anything.
Well, our parents don't listen to podcasts.
True.
So, like,
yeah,
it's very much like
I think the last episode your mom watched was like the riddles episode.
No, I mean, mom does watch the videos. I mean, she hasn't watched recently because she's in Australia.
Yeah.
So
she's a little too busy snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef there to sit around and watch our fucking
snorting
videos.
the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how was your week, Sam? What'd you do this week?
Snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef. No, like I said, like my week has been good. It's just been a whole experience of proving to myself that I can really take care of myself. I can live on my own. I eat well. I eat so much better when my mom is not in charge of the groceries, Cam. Like, I know I already ranted to you about this earlier, but like there's so many vegetables in my fucking crisper right now. And usually there's like a bag of mini carrots in the crisper at home.
Right.
And the rest are all just like frozen vegetables.
Like, that's about as veggie as it gets.
Yeah, and like frozen vegetables just don't act the same way that fresh vegetables do. They're just as good nutritionally.
Sure.
As far as like eating vegetables go, but as far as like cooking goes, they don't act the same way in dishes as like just having a fucking like a real fucking
some things call for frozen vegetables because it reacts differently.
Yeah, exactly. So I've just had a bunch of like fresh vegetables in my house instead, and I really appreciate it. I really, really do. The fact that there's a cucumber that I can go snack on at any time makes me want to eat a cucumber. Makes me want to eat better. Whereas when there's like when my mom is home and there's not a whole lot to choose from, it's like, do you want a banana or do you want mini carrots? Those are our healthy options there, fam. But there is ice cream and chips and like meat and cheeses and like crackers. Yeah. And it's just like,
put a bunch of red meat on a cracker.
I wanted to eat healthy, but this is all that's in the house right now. And I'm kind of glad that like, my habits are prone to change easily if I can just be in charge of my own food.
Well, I mean, I had a realization like a couple of years ago now, like more than a couple of years ago now, where I was like, I feel terrible all the time and I don't know why. And then like I had an epiphany, like one night at midnight I was eating like a bunch of like fucking chocolate and it was just like, I wonder if this is why I feel terrible all the
This
time.
is why, yes.
Like, I wonder, when was the last time I had a vegetable? I can't remember. Oh, well.
Better
and
fix
then,
that.
Yeah. And then I made, like, listen, if you want to, like, have treats on the weekends or, you know, a dessert after dinner, whatever. But, like, it's about being during the day. Like, when I wake up now, I have my tea, my toast, and some fruit. Every single day. Because it makes me fucking regular. Like, it makes me, you know, it doesn't make me feel good or bad. It makes me feel like myself.
Yeah.
Around lunch, I'll have something light, maybe something more with some protein in it, you know, like some cold meats or whatever. And then come around dinner, it's more of the same, like more vegetables and stuff. Like, that's when I want to bring in the
It's
vegetables.
like the things that I cook have vegetables in them, you know? Like, I made a chickpea salad with, like, chickpeas and cucumber and carrot and onions and cilantro and like like plain yogurt, like not like sweetened super sweet yogurt with like spices and stuff like that inside of it, like
fucking tasty.
Really good avocados. I put avocados in it. Oh my god, it's just like fucking vegetables, dude. Feels so good to eat them and just like have a good meal. After I had the butter chicken, I was like, I've earned dessert, but like, because I've eaten really well today.
Yeah.
But I'm full.
Yeah, you don't want to eat anymore.
I'm full. I don't want to eat anymore. And it's dinner time, you know. And I had it kind of late. It was a little late with the crock pot. You know, it's low and slow, so it takes a while. I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done eating for the day, and it felt good to just not eat like garbage.
Well, that's another thing, right? Where it's like, so when you have dessert, like I was always of the opinion, like if I'm gonna have dessert, I want to have like a good amount. But in reality, you like in terms of ice cream, like you don't need a dish much bigger than like, I guess the palm of your hand, even like just a little bowl, 1 or 2 scoops, like, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
I've been cutting my meals off.
More satisfying than you think.
I've been cutting my meals off at satisfaction versus fullness lately.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, I'm not full, but I don't want to eat more.
Yeah.
I'm just okay.
I don't feel like I need to roll myself out from the dinner table. Yeah.
Because there's no worse feeling than like getting like a really heavy itis and like maybe your responsibilities aren't done for the day. It's like, well, fuck.
Yeah. I try to leave myself like satisfied but comfortable enough that I can stand up and clean the kitchen.
Right.
I feel like that's my litmus test.
That's been a big thing for me living at home, and it's like I'm obviously not inept. I know this, but it's like,
well, when we're at home, like your mom has a system down pat.
Yeah.
And it's almost not worth it to offer to help her to clean the whole kitchen because she just knows what she's doing in that respect.
She knows where everything is and where everything needs to go, and she has a routine for how she cleans things. To the point where it's like when I was younger, like I actually remember like going to my parents and being like, around like I think first university, I was like, I can do like my own laundry if it'll help out. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure my mom was like, no, just, like you don't just let me do it. It's like, okay.
It's very Italian of her.
Whatever, I guess. I remember when I was a kid one time, my dad brought me outside to show me how to mow the lawn.
Yeah, because he was like, you're going to start mowing the lawn.
And I was like, okay. And then he brought me outside. I maybe pushed that thing 2 feet. And he was like, you know what, just let me do this. And I was like,
it's better if I do this.
But to my parents' credit, then they've never turned around and been like, "Why don't you ever?" Yeah, like they don't do that. So at least they know. At least they're like not being dicks about it.
They know that they're yeah. My mom's not that way. Well, I've mentioned before how I don't like being in the kitchen with my mom because
last episode
I cannot
last release episode.
I cannot make instant hot chocolate without her criticizing how I make instant hot chocolate.
She just wants it to be super tasty for you.
So, like, you can imagine what trying to help around the house is, because every single time you do something, it's like, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and you should have done it this way, you should have done it this way. I'm like, are the floors swept? Okay, so who the fuck cares how I did it? Is the cat litter empty? Okay, who cares where I put it? Right. You know, who cares where I put the pooper scooper? Is the chicken thawed? Okay, so why are you mad about where I put the chicken to thaw out on the counter? Like, what? Like, I can't. Okay, so who I mowed the lawn. What does it matter what direction I mowed the lawn in? Right. It doesn't fucking matter. It's done. I did it. I could mow crop circles for all you care, but as long as the whole thing is done, why does it matter how I did it? I just did it differently. So over time, you just sort of like learn to not help mom because she doesn't like the way anybody else does things, and then she's like, I never get any help around here, and I'm like, but I tried though.
I never get any help around here.
Yeah.
Your mom's a cowboy.
Yeah.
Your mom is Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. Did you ever finish that game?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I fucking slogged through it. The game is about 80 hours long.
Yes.
Which is very long.
It's a giant game.
Here's the thing, though. The thing with Red Dead 2, and like, listen, I think Red Dead 2 is a very good video game. I think everyone should go play it because you'd enjoy it. Red Dead 2 is not like a normal Rockstar game, though. It has a big-ass open world, and honestly, very little to do in it. In terms of activities or missions, most of the time, you're just running around from point A to point B. To the point where, around hour, like, 60, I'm almost near the end of the game, and I'm not even, like, there's this thing where, like, you ride around your horse, and, like, you'll, like, hear someone screaming, and you have to go investigate and, like, check it out. I wasn't even doing that shit. I was like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, end the game. It's so long. And the story's been going on forever. We went to fucking Tahiti for a chapter.
What?
You end up in Tahiti, or no, you end up in like Cuba or something.
Wow.
And it turns into like fucking Gears of War.
How
and
the
it's like,
fuck did you get to like a tropical place? Like this is like a Western world.
Well,
this is like, I think it's steam trains at the most.
spoilers for Red Dead 2, I guess. There's a point in the game where you and your pals are robbing a bank and it goes poorly.
Yeah.
So you get in a boat to escape, and the boat
okay.
crashes in a tropical storm.
Okay.
You end up crash landed on Cuba, an event or somewhere, some island, I don't know. And eventually you get back to the mainland. It serves as like the turning point for Dutch, who's like the main antagonist in the first game.
Okay.
And is like building in to be the main antagonist of the second game. It serves as his like break point, his like mental break point.
Okay.
And he starts becoming he's like really crazy after that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, okay, fine. Arthur Morgan's story ends, and you pick up again, spoilers for the game, and you pick up John Marston's story. John Marston's the main character of the first game. So the prologue, there's fucking 2 prologues to Red Dead 2, and they're like 5 hours each.
Wow.
So fucking long.
Yeah.
Like, it got to the point, Sam, where I would literally, like, there was like the loading screen finished, and it like panned down to like the back of like John, who's now the playable character, like standing on like a mountain, and there's like a beautiful scape, and I was like, oh my god, roll credits, and then the UI showed up, and I was like,
oh man, there's still more game to play.
Fuck. Like, it is not that it's bad, it's just
It's so long.
near the end, it's no, because Red Dead is slow. It's paced like a Western, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's just, it takes its time.
Thing after thing.
Fuck does it take its time.
Yeah.
And it's worth it. It is the best game that I'll never play again. I have zero interest in playing Red Dead 2 ever again.
Fair.
But I'm glad that I played it.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. I feel like 12 Years a Slave is like that for me.
It's a movie I own that I've never seen.
It's a very well made movie that I will never watch again, ever, ever.
You know what that reminds me of, actually? Me and the guys.
I wish I could trade in DVDs the same way that you trade in games.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. I would do that more.
Where would you do it, though?
Like credit.
Like if there was
Best Buy.
like a movie store.
Yeah.
Or was it like a dedicated movie store?
I mean, I guess I'm just coming up with the idea of like a video rental store.
EB Movies.
Is this how we bring back like rental stores? I'm like tired of like Netflix never having the movie you want. Come over to fucking Blickbuster where you can buy movies and trade them in for credit. And it's basically a video rental store.
That's interesting.
But there's like a credit system like at EB Games where if like things are in good condition you can trade them in and like use trade credits to get like discounts off of DVDs and Blu-rays.
I was
so you don't
listening.
actually have to buy anything.
In that same vein, I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about this idea of like, what if there was like a movie rental store you can go to where it's like the main area is like a big movie rental store, like a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But then instead of like taking the movie home to rent, you can also go into one of these like various quote unquote like theaters that they have set up. But every theater is designed to look exactly like a comfortable apartment with like a couch and like a TV. You can get like VHSs. You can get like the VHS room. So it's like dressed up like a living room from the 90s. It's like a mini fridge in there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's like a balcony and shit. Like, it's essentially like you buy out like a little office or apartment complex and turn rooms into like watch rooms.
Yeah.
And then the main area is like a video rental store.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea.
Sounds like my kind of paradise. You
Yeah.
catch me there all day, every day by myself.
Just
sitting
watching
around
movies.
watching movies.
Well, it's funny, right? Because I bet in logistically speaking, I think the response would be good, but there's also going to be people out there who are like, yeah, but streaming exists. It's like, I could pay for the VHS of this
yeah,
movie.
but people would do it the fuck anyways.
Of course.
I gotta stop swearing so much.
Yeah. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop.
You just gotta stop.
Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about.
We were talking about movies and your movie rental idea.
Well, it's not mine. It's a couple of podcasters that I was listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, yeah, okay, I can go and pay money to like watch this movie on VHS on like a CRT, I guess, or I could just like look it up online and watch it for free, you know, on my HD TV.
Yeah, or you could have an experience, like chill out.
I guess so.
I think that would be a fun experience.
It would be fun. It's a good
also,
idea.
like, I don't know.
I was speaking from the perspective of naysayers.
Yeah, that's fair. I just think, I don't know. It is. I feel like it's different enough that it's worth my money. You know, like
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
I would check that
have
out
the
at least once.
Feel of watching movies in a time that doesn't exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're paying. You're paying for nostalgia.
Well, especially because, like, how fun would it be? Like, you rent out one of these theater rooms, and it's, like, a place with, like, a balcony, and it has, like, a half-decent TV and, like, a Blu-ray player and, like, also, like, a VHS player somehow. Like, it fits into an HD TV. And you and your friends go to the video store and chip in a whole bunch of money to rent, like, a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
You go into this room, you can drink and eat and smoke and carry on, watch, like, all these fucking movies and go home. Like, that sounds pretty nice. You know, the only thing that sucks, though, is that those things would be disgusting. Like, people would never leave them. Like, it would be...
Yeah.
It would fall prey to human garbage.
Especially if it was a whole, like, apartment complex that had been turned into this thing. Like, it would be messy.
I feel like the ideal number would be, like, 6 or 7 rooms, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, upper limit, like, 6 or 7.
Yeah.
More realistically, probably, like, 3 or 4.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's a lot. Because you have to hire staff to, like, clean it.
Speaking of working at a movie theater, I've heard that working at a movie theater fucking sucks.
Sucks.
Like, a really shitty job.
They're open super late. Like, if you think about it, like, movies that start at, like, 10 o'clock don't let out until midnight.
Well, you ever, like, left...
And then you have to stay to clean up after that. And you can't really, like, close everything down. It sounds like no fun.
Well, like, you ever, like, put it this way.
Management tends to just suck.
Yeah, I put it this way. It's like you walk out of a movie at midnight and you see all the tired employees, like, just, like, watching you as you leave, like, because you're, like, the last theater in there.
Yep.
But you know that they're not leaving for, like, another 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Because
they have shit to do.
Yeah.
Not going to get home till, like, 2 in the morning.
Exactly.
Their manager's probably long gone.
Yeah,
Probably left at, like, 8.
Exactly. It sounds like it sucks.
No, yeah. I've heard working at movie theaters is terrible.
Yeah, and disorganized and just like... And I mean, if you work at a movie theater in Canada, chances are you work at a Cineplex. And Cineplex...
Or a Landmark.
Yeah, but Cineplex more or less has the run of, like, all movie theaters in Canada.
Yeah.
So something with that kind of monopoly, almost. Not a full monopoly, but, like, almost monopoly is just, like, too powerful for its own good. Like, it can't be fun. Like, working at Cineplex must be like working for, like, the national grocery chain that I work for.
Right.
Which I'm sure people have figured out by now if they didn't know that I worked there.
There's, like,
already.
2 companies that own grocery stores in Canada.
Yeah.
If it's not one, it's the other one.
Exactly. So, like, it's got to suck about that much, because the bigger the company is, the more head office interferes with your shit, because they're trying to control the thing, because they want the customer experience to be the same no matter if I go to a Cineplex in, like, Chilliwack, BC, and it better be the same as when I'm in, like, Kitchener, Ontario.
Right.
So, like, that kind of control is often at the sacrifice of your entire employee's sanity.
I guess so, yeah.
Like, so much control.
It just depends. So, like, we get a lot of shit from down the tube in terms of head office stuff, but we also don't get checked up on all that much. So, like, we do what works, and, like, it's not like we ignore the stuff from head office. Not all of it is garbage. Like, some of it is, like, just shit they want us to do more. Some of it is just like, okay, instead of fucking greeting a customer, hey, how are you? Just be like, what brings you in today?
Yeah.
Like, that's an easy fix, and it actually makes sense to do.
And a human being would say that.
Yeah, it's not
like, welcome to EB Games. Would you like to trade any games with us today at EB Games, the store where you buy and sell video games? I work at a video game store. Would you like any video games? What kind of video games do you like?
Yeah,
I like video games.
I guess, yeah, I remember one time they wanted us to do this thing where it's like we had, it's called games on hand. We had like two played games that were just like played as previously owned.
Yeah.
On the counter, and be like, when a customer comes in, come out from behind the counter, like grab the game, be like, hey, how are you? What brings you in today? And then just start talking about the play game and try to sell it to them. And it's like, do you not know how customer service works?
Yeah.
Because that's terrible customer service.
Terrible customer service.
First of all, this customer did not ask about this video game.
Maybe they don't have the console that the played game is for.
Maybe they don't own a video game console at all.
Sell it to
Maybe
them?
they just came in here to test the waters.
Yeah.
You know?
You're trying to sell them on, like, I don't know, like
Fucking
Jaws,
Uncharted
the video
4?
game?
Like,
yeah.
Whatever, 40 copies of Uncharted 4?
Yeah,
like,
precisely.
Fuck, man. Like, I don't know. I think it's terrible customer service.
Yeah, I think so too. I worked for a store where there used to be like a measurement. They were like, if a customer is within 1 meter of you and you haven't greeted them yet, that's not good. You have to greet customers within like a 3 or 2 meter radius. And it's like, excuse me, do you want me to take out a measuring tape?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm gonna walk around with like measuring tape attached to my shoes all the time.
I would
and just like measure out how close somebody is to me so I know when to greet them. Like,
I would try my damnedest to be exactly 2 meters away from everyone at all times.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to say hi to them. Well, I'm not within a meter.
They're not within. Yeah, they're not within my bubble.
I'm not required to say hello.
Yeah. So stupid. Yeah, it's just crazy the weird things that customer service type jobs, like part-time jobs, will impose on you to act like they have some sort of like, to make sure that they're holding power over you. It's like, buddy, you're in charge of my paychecks every 2 weeks. Like, I trust that you hold power over me. You don't have to trip like this all the time.
Yeah,
like,
for real. Just pay me my money.
Just pay me my money.
Well, it's like,
I just want to do some menial tasks for you and then go home after. Just leave me alone.
You know?
Yeah. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
That's all I ask.
Listen, like, I really...
Just have me do some menial tasks and let me go home.
I really would like a job where I could just show up and do the same thing every day and go home.
Yeah.
Like, I know how, like, my parents just swear up and down that that's, like, the nightmare.
Yeah.
That's, like, not what you want.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I'm trying to be a creative. So it's like, I can get my fulfillment elsewhere.
Yeah.
I just need some fucking money,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to live in my parents' house forever.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, I am applying for this, like, mentorship program right now for, you know, trying to turn my life around.
Just trying to get my fucking life together.
And, like, with these things, you have to advocate for yourself. You have to sell yourself. You have a very limited amount of time to really demonstrate, like, why you're fit for the position that they're, you know, looking for.
Right.
And I'm just so close to, like, writing exactly what's on my mind in these things. You know how you try and have, like, an air of professionalism in these applications? I'm just so close to being like, listen, buddy, I may not have a degree from, like, the theater, like, the National Theater School or anything like that.
The NTS or whatever, yeah.
You know, I may not be the next goddamn Catherine O'Hara, but I really want to do this for the rest of my life, and if you cut me this break, I will work so hard, for so long, and be so inexplicably indebted to you that you will think it was the best decision that you have ever made in your entire life. I guarantee it.
Yeah, so you hear that, Sam's
Just
employers?
give me the thing that I want, and I will just S your D until the end of time.
Well, you know what's funny, Sam?
I'll be forever indebted to you.
I think the reason why that employers have a hard time hiring new, fresh talent like that, or fresh workers like that, is because they've probably done it in the past where, like, not everybody feels the same way you do about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people would take that position for granted.
Yeah.
A lot of people would just, like, get in there and be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's fucking whatever. And just do that, right? Just, like, be a bump on a log.
I would literally die.
Versus you, who, like, wants the job.
Yeah.
And that's probably why they search for someone with experience. Because at the very least, it's like, I'm not trying to fucking disparage you or anything. I think you would do a great job as well.
Yeah.
And I think that if you got hired, it would be great.
Yeah.
But these companies are wary for
good reason.
Probably some kind of scarring reason.
Yeah, for good reason. I just want it so bad. And I don't know how to sell myself. I'm sorry. Like,
You'll get there.
I won an acting award at university. I tend to be very nice to people and pleasant to work with on the whole. I very rarely cause like major problems for people. I'm not like, it's not like I never show up and you don't know where I am at any given time. Like I'm punctual, I'm responsible, I work hard, I want to do this for a living, I want to act, I want to produce, I want to write, I want to maybe direct, I don't know, like it just seems like that goes in with that.
Would you want to direct?
Maybe. I don't know.
I thought you said you didn't really like it.
It was pretty, well, I mean, I didn't like it when I was in a room full of like disparaging 20-somethings who were all trying to suck up to the professor.
True.
You know?
It's different. Yeah.
If I could just like do my own thing, maybe, I don't know. But I would fall into that later in life. But I just, you know, like I want to be a multi-hyphenate and I just want to soak up. I want to soak up everything about this industry that I possibly can. And like, I will show up for that, you know? I will show up for that. Just please.
Well, I think about all the time.
Please give me a reason to cut down my availability at my Jeffrey Owens grind.
Right.
Like, give me any reason to cut down my availability there so I can feel as far away from that place as possible. You know?
Well, I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago, where it was like, if I had something to like wake up for, I would wake up early every day.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it wouldn't bother me. Like, sure, there'd be some days where I'm tired, obviously.
Yeah.
But on the whole, like, if I can wake up to do something, it makes getting up a lot easier. You know?
Absolutely.
When I work at 9:30, like, I know that I have to get up at 8. I can't just fall back asleep, no matter how much I'd like to.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
And I feel like this goes to the same thing with creative work and stuff. Like, if you land something more full time and like you're also working your part-time job, you'll find the time to work both.
Yeah.
Because you want to make it work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You want it more than anything.
Yeah. Honestly. I would take the biggest pay cut to just focus more on something that's going to eventually wind up paying me enough money to live on my own and start my own life and just get my shit together.
Right.
I would give anything. Anything.
Yeah. Even my soul.
Possibly.
Sell my soul to the devil.
Soul for a soul.
Be like that musician, sell my soul to the devil so I can play blues really dope.
Oh, yeah. Robert Johnson, I think his name was.
Miles Davis.
No.
No, I don't remember.
No.
They wrote a manga about him. It was really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, like I want my life to start so badly.
I know.
So badly.
Oh, we'll get there.
And like just to bring it all back to what we were talking about earlier with our parents being away, like I know that I'm prepared for it. You know, it's literally just money and opportunity that is getting in my way, and I don't like it. So, time to fix it.
Well, there you go. Yeah. No time like the present.
Yeah.
You know, I have a question. I have a
Yeah.
question for you, Sam.
Okay.
In high school, there was a lot of like unspoken competitions at Gonzaga in terms of like people would just bring up stuff flippantly in order to like show their clout. And what I mean by that is like, you ever been in a conversation with someone when you're in high school and they're like, oh, I stayed up till like 4 a.m. last night. I'm like so tired this morning.
Yeah.
That's an unspoken competition.
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
Yeah.
Like that person has issued a challenge to you.
Yep.
Being like, how late did you stay up?
Yep.
Because I stayed up super late and now I'm so fucking tired. Or like another one when I was in my school was like hot showers. Like where people would be like, oh, I like my shower so hot. It's like, yeah, you like your shower hot? Like, I like it where like my skin turns red.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh yeah, I like it so much that I like bleed.
That's it's not good.
It's fucking stupid is what it is.
Have you ever taken a shower so hot that you kind of can't breathe?
Well,
like the steam like chokes you?
Yeah, a little bit. But do you have any like, you ever remember any kind of like unspoken competitions in high school?
The staying up late was a thing because I went to an IB school. I wasn't in IB, but I was friends with a handful of kids who were in the IB program.
Okay.
And those kids fucking went hard.
Right.
I would not be surprised if like some Adderall addiction started in there. I just didn't know about it because I was very oblivious
as
to
early
that
as
sort
high
of thing
school,
when I was a kid. Well, the thing about IB is that when you finish IB, you have 2 college credits.
Right.
Out of high school.
Which is dope. So,
people use that to sort of get ahead, especially if they're going into like the medical field to sort of like jumpstart their undergrad so that they can speed through it faster.
I've heard some universities are fucky about that though.
Yeah, I've heard horror stories of friends trying to use their credits and it just not working out for them.
Fucking university
really well.
for you.
It's finicky, but yeah. So the staying up late was a big thing because they'd be like, oh, like I'd be like, oh man, I was up until like 11:30 doing this, and there was like they would be like, I was up until 2 a.m. doing my IB grade 12 English exam prep. So don't talk to me, Sam.
Okay.
Like, cool.
I was asking how your day was.
I mean, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play this game because like you shouldn't do that. That's not healthy.
Yeah.
But
No,
good for you, I guess.
I never did that in high school. I was always like, now that I think about it, like the latest I'd stay up is maybe like 1 a.m. But if I stayed up that late, I definitely regret it.
If I stayed up that late, I would get upset. Like there was just a point where I would just be so upset. Like I would be like, oh my God, it's 11:30. Oh my God, I have to, like, this is so late. I never stay up this late. Even on like Fridays, I don't stay up this late at like sleepovers and stuff like that. Like, this is terrible. I have to go to bed. So I would just go to bed.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, that was my thing, is that like I am not one of these people. Like, my work only gets worse the later up I stay. So if I'm trying to pull an all-nighter, I guess that's the reason why I didn't pull all-nighters when I was in school. Like, even in university, like, I stayed up all night like a couple of times and my work only got shittier. So I'd be like, no matter what negative state my work is in, like, if it's due like the next day, I just gotta take the L and like hand in some late marks, because this is just garbage. Like, this is incomprehensible. I can't hand this in.
I started getting the habit of doing my homework in the morning, where it's like,
see, I could never do that.
Most of my classes were in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Like late in the afternoon, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd wake up at like 9:30, 10, like have a shower, sit down and do my homework. Of course, like I'm imposing a time limit on myself and that's not good.
Yeah.
What I would do usually is prep the night before, like read the readings and then like wake up the next morning and like do the work. I would never do like essays or something like that way, but like if it was like a questionnaire or like a paper, just like whatever.
Yeah. Like a response paper or something. Yeah.
That's what I would do, that kind of shit.
That's a good idea. But yeah, no, there weren't that many like unspoken. I mean, I just didn't engage with that sort of shit, you know? Like
You're not much of a clout chaser?
Not in high school, because I didn't really care about the shit that kids were chasing clout about.
It's true. It's true.
You know? I didn't care about social status.
How much weed did you smoke?
Yeah, exactly.
How much alcohol did you drink?
You know, how much, yeah, exactly. What concoction, what Molotov cocktail of alcohol can you consume before you just get so bombed that your friends have to like carry you home?
That was a big one. In my old group in high school, like the people I don't really hang out with anymore, but did at the time, like drink counting was like huge.
Yeah.
Where it's like you were like pressured to drink more.
Yeah.
And like if like what's fucked up, like if you like were just trying to like exaggerate, if you're like, oh, I had like 6 beers last night, like someone would call you on that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you had like 4 beers, dude. You had 2 during beer pong, like 2 during flip cup.
Sorry, I didn't know you were counting.
Like, why are you counting
hard?
my? I wish I had the force, like the mind I do now, where I could just be like, why are you counting my drinks?
Yeah.
That's super weird and
super
invasive.
Weird that you're like keeping track of me so meticulously.
But they would do that for everyone. Like it was just a pressure thing.
Yeah.
That's high school for you though.
Seriously. God, I'm so glad I'm out of there. God damn. I mean, like, I wish I had taken advantage of some things a little bit more, but like, I am so glad that I'm out of there.
I honestly like never want to go to school again. Truthfully.
I know. I've thought about it just to like get some skills up so I can like, I'm just keeping an eye on the keyboard. So I can get my skills up so I can like get a better paying job.
Yeah.
But
it's never too late to go back to school.
Yeah.
But I just really don't fucking want to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't see it being fruitful, really. Yeah. I can't really see it like being super useful for me in the long run.
I know.
And it would just cause me...
It would cost me way more money. I was lucky enough to get out of university with no student debt. I paid for everything out of pocket. Not everything. My mom helped me. Combined, we paid for everything out of pocket. And that really, I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, for real.
It's really nice that I have that.
Like, yeah, we're very fortunate to not be one of the many people our age who have to work through hundreds of thousands of dollars of student debt.
Totally.
Thanks to OSEP, thanks to all these other crazy things they had to do.
Totally.
So like, yeah, it might mean that I'm living in my mom's basement, but at least I'm debt free. You know? I'll take that.
Yeah.
I take that 3 times out of 10.
Yeah. But yeah. Babe.
Yep.
We are almost at the 45-minute mark.
Yeah.
Do you want to go make chicken tacos?
I really do. I'm very hungry.
I'm super hungry.
Let's do some lessons.
Okay. Lessons for today is...
Go to school if you want, but don't if you don't.
If you are in school, go to school.
Yeah.
But if you're,
If you've been enrolled, go to class, you fucking jerkbag.
Having a dream and having a hard time achieving that dream is so much better than not having a dream at all.
There you go.
I would rather be where I'm at right now with my career, which is non-existent, but there's a career that I want, as opposed to like not having a dream at all.
Right.
So if you're out there and you know what you want to get into and you're having a hard time getting into your field, just
keep plugging away.
You're one step ahead. You're one more step further than you think that you are, because you have a passion that you want to pursue.
That alone is something.
Take comfort in that. Don't feel too bad.
That alone is something that not everybody has. Not to like spark into a conversation or nothing, but like there are people out there who truly don't have dreams or aspirations.
Yeah.
And like you should feel lucky that you feel so passionately and strongly for something.
If that fire has been ignited inside of you, don't snuff it out because it's hard to turn that flame into like a giant fire.
And the last lesson I'll say we'll leave these people on is that if you don't have a passion or a fire, it's never too late to find one.
Yeah.
And when you do, never feel too old to pursue it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean monetary. Like it can be a hobby.
Yeah.
It could just be nothing. You know, like maybe you're so fucking busy that you really fucking like doing nothing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So go to school if you like to. Don't if you don't. Be happy that you have a flame.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to find your flame.
Yeah.
And with that note, we'll see you guys on Tuesday now.
Oh my god, and like please, like eat vegetables.
Yeah.
Just figure out a way to zhuzh up your vegetables because they're actually so good.
Put some fucking salt in your vegetables. It's fine.
Yeah.
We upload on Tuesdays now.
Yeah.
We're not doing Fridays anymore.
Podcast hour on Tuesdays.
We didn't like uploading 2 videos on the same day. It was a lot. It just felt like it felt congested. I felt congested.
Oh, and we're sorry to everybody who listens on Google Play and Spotify. It appears that the site that we use to upload to Spotify and Google Play is a little bit behind. It's a little laggy.
Yeah.
So like we upload on Tuesdays. The podcast will be up on Tuesdays.
Latest Wednesday morning.
Yeah, but it's like Tuesday.
But you can always watch on YouTube because YouTube, even though it's not the most ideal platform to listen to podcasts, but if you're chilling at a desk or if you're sitting at home and it's not on Spotify, you can always look us up on YouTube.
It will be on YouTube at the promised time, exactly when we say that it'll be up.
And speaking of which, we will see you at the promised time
next time.